What is going on, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the Go website tutorial part 2. I know y'all have missed it so much, but let's review what was done in the last video. So, in the last video, we just made a simple Go script, a Go file that essentially had a router. It had some templates, some HTML templates, handler functions. We love some handler functions to take you to those templates. And then finally, just opening a port and having the ability to navigate to that website. Huge stuff was accomplished. And by the way, this is my first time making a project in Go, so do not forget that. We also, so this is like the website. It is beautiful, what can you say? But that is what development is all about. We'll try to do something about that and some further episodes down the road. But today, I think we're going to try to implement this blog page. It's not going to take too much HTML work to do, I don't think. So I am excited to do that for that reason. Don't want to really, not in the mood to touch HTML. But the reason why we made this website, we're remaking this website to begin with, is because we go to these project star.io, the original. This is, the blueprint that we're working off of. There is this blog section here. And in this blog section, there are some blogs. And these blogs were hard-coded into the HTML page because it's a static website. And that is work on my end, because every time I write a blog, it's like, okay, I wrote it, that already was a bunch of work, and now I have to update the website and put it there. So with this Go website project, hopefully we can make it to where it automatically grabs the blogs and puts them on the web page and displays it dynamically. How are we going to do this? Well, there is a sweet Medium page that has all the blogs. I use Medium to write my blogs. Alright guys, I don't know if that's the best, but leave your comments below if you have any other blogging websites. So with that being said, we kind of have a, here I'll go back here and I'll hit it with this. So there is a page out there on the internet that has all my blogs on it. If we can use some sort of library within Go to grab that HTML page, parse it, get like the image, the title, the description, package that into some sort of data, I believe in Go we can then pass that parse data to the template, and that way every time someone goes to that blog page on our new website, this one right here, this beautiful website, they will be able to see the fresh dynamically created list. So, dynamic list, here we go, in Go. Let's hop into it. Okay, so we have this like parse blog function that's getting a URL. It's getting a URL, it's getting it, reading the data out, and then printing it out. So if we run this guy, you'll see that it grabs the HTML page and actually is able to parse it, which is sick. That's exactly what we wanted. However, when it comes to making something from scratch, I looked at this and I was not impressed. I was like, okay, this is going to be probably pretty hard. I wonder if Medium has an API that we could use. That'd be really cool. And I didn't find necessarily an API, but I did find this thing called RSS. And I mean, I'll try to take y'all down the rabbit hole that we found. Let's see here. Bang. Okay, so what actually went down? That is great. I just looked up, like, how to render a Medium post. Like, yeah, that'd be sick. And it seems that Medium has this RSS feature, which I have seen the logo before, and I'm sure y'all have all seen it too, but I've never actually used it. And so RSS, RDF, site summary, really simple syndication, what a name. Essentially, it's kind of from what I was using. Here, let's open up Postman and see what actually happens. I think we had Postman open in one of these tabs. A lot going on. Sweet, Postman API. So let's make a post to this site. So I'm going to get this URL. This is the RSS that Medium provides and is in their documentation. When you send this, it's an XML request of, all the blogs. So instead of having to like look at the HTML code that's here, which is always so fun, I mean, it's possible. Don't get me wrong. It is possible to parse this code and redisplay it, but there is most definitely an easier way than doing it this way. So we're looking at the RSS, and if you actually go to that in your web browser, you'll see something like this. Pretty cool. But using Postman is a web API testing software, super useful for anyone that does not know what Postman is. So we send this GET request, and this is what we get back in XML, and I was like, okay, that is cool, but I don't know necessarily how to parse XML. And then we go, parsing XML to JSON. I mean, this is a problem that a bunch of people have experienced in the past, and it seems like there's actually some online resources that we can use to do this automatically for us. We don't even have to implement it in Go. So when we go back to this guy here, there is a web URL, API RSS to JSON.com. Very clutch to whoever made this website. I don't know, but it seems like if you go to this web address here, we'll go to it. You'll notice that you get an error message. So it's just literally taking in a request and outputting the JSON of it. So it's like, okay, status error message, RSS underscore URL needs a parameter. Okay, that is no problem. When we go back to Postman, there, to pass a parameter to a GET request, all we do is add this little question mark. We love it. PHP, I think, is where that comes from. I don't even know. But so we pass in the parameter RSS URL is equal to this guy. So now when we type in this URL, we get a nice JSON feed, and it seems like it's a list. There's this first one that's just like a summary, and then we actually get all the individual blogs that are on the website. So that is huge, ladies and gentlemen. That has saved a ton of time, and that's kind of like the rabbit holes of programming. I mean, I always question myself when I'm, doing something. I was like, yeah, this makes sense. And then I saw how much of a problem it was probably going to become. And I was like, okay, there's definitely someone out there that's done this before. And yeah, RSS to JSON. That's a thing. It is now known. So let's change up this code. This is what we had previously. We're going to change this up. And now, instead of RSS, or what was it? RSS URL, I believe it was equal to, and we'll just come back here. One of these guys. Yep. Like so. So now we'll get this URL instead of that actual HTML one, and we can parse this into some JSON, and bing bada boom. Hopefully it will be much more easy to display this on an HTML page. So let's jump into it. And then we'll do the unmarsh of the body bytes. I think that's going to be bytes now. Yes, you love me, don't you, Go? Now just please work. Come on, bets down. Oh my God, no, 41. main.blog. Okay. I'll be back. We're gonna go on a little tour and see what's up. All right. So, ladies and gents, it's been a minute of me just fiddling around trying to get some things to work and the syntax of the program, but I think that we're on to something here. So I was revisiting that unmarshallable error that was happening. I was like, "Yo, dude, what is that? What does that word even mean? Who knows?" Go is it's interesting so far. But if we revisit this response, you'll realize that it's kind of a nested JSON response, and the fact that we have these three primary fields: a status, a feed, and an items field. And in this feed, you know, you got got some stuff, and then the items is where the actual blog items are. And so in my code previously, I kind of had it to where when we were getting the response, you know, we have this URL, we sent it, yada yada yada. We were unmarshing into the blogs list, a list of items. And I guess to make a long story short, what we kind of did is come up here. We have a response struct to where, you know, we'll get that status, or we'll get the string of the status, a feed, and items that are, you know, type log. So we have a custom feed struct for that feed response, and you know, I'll put them side by side so that way we're on the same page. So we have the response, okay, the response, status, feed, and items. Important note, when we're using this marshable stuff in JSON, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, guys. Yeah, it's a late night right now. You'll notice that when it is lowercase, status, field status has JSON tag but is not exported. I was like, huh, that's interesting. And I guess the way to fix that, I think I read it somewhere, was just capitalizing the letter is actually kind of important when you're doing this JSON parse. If it is just, you know, a struct and you're not worrying about this automatic JSON conversion, I don't think you need to worry about the capitalization. But if it is this JSON, we're going to need to capitalize these letters. So, yeah, confusing, but here we are. So we have a response. Go back here. We have a feed struct that holds all the tags here. And then for the blog, we have it as being mapped to items. So items down here, and that is all the blog jazz. And so when we actually get into our parse blog function, now at the end, where we are printing to console, I should be able to now print line. We'll do I and description, blog.description, and we'll also have just a print line at the end here, just to have it segmented off. And when we run this in Go, wow, okay, interesting. Okay, so the description contains all the HTML still, which is, okay. Let's run that again one more time, so this way it's a little better. Okay. Huh. So the description's a little sus. The description is literally the HTML page. Let's look at that response and see if we can get something better here. I could probably, yeah, see we have, I don't even, well, that's a lot going on there. Title, date, link. Yeah, I wonder if there is a better way of showing the description. I don't know if we'll need to show a description on the website. We'll see if we can make it in there without that. But it is super cool. We got the categories as well and all that jazz. So this is essentially what we need. We made a function that can parse our previous data on Medium, and now we need a way to display this on the actual web page. And if you notice down here, I have commented everything out so that way we can just be working in this Go terminal and parsing this. So now let's send this to our HTML template, and after we send it to the HTML template, we'll style it up and make it look pretty, and that should wrap it up.